is the quickest way to bring your siblings in the USA. The quickest way to bring your siblings in the USA is not by filing I-130 petition for alien relative. We already know that that petition for alien relative under the category of siblings, it will take at least 10 years for the visa to become available. That's the minimum. The maximum, we already know, at least 16 years, okay? And my friend, that's not the quickest way you can bring your siblings to the USA. If you want to know some alternatives in this video, we are going to talk about two alternatives, okay? Number one, the best will be EB3 category. EB3 category is employment-based third preference, and that works not only for professionals, but it also works for skilled workers and unskilled workers. In this video, I'll focus more on unskilled workers. When we talk about unskilled workers, we do not mean to offend anybody. It doesn't mean that the person does not have any skills. By definition, unskilled workers for the purpose of immigration simply means that the employment in question does not require the person who's applying for it to have a degree. Okay, does not require the person to have a degree, does not require a person to have specialized knowledge, does not require a person to have some type of certification, does not require some type of training in advance. Well, that's why they call it unskilled workers. So if you want to bring your siblings, you can try that route. Unskilled workers, for example, people who work in a grocery, like grocery store, people who work in a restaurant like waitresses, people who work in some type of cleaning jobs, janitors, okay? So if you have like people who work in let's just say like housekeeping, some type of cleaning jobs, babysitters, those are the type of work under the category of EB3 unskilled workers. The way it's gonna work for you is that you need an employer. It can be an employer that you reach out to, because based on COVID-19, the data are showing that while those jobs cannot secure enough worker in the marketplace, because a lot of people are quitting those jobs and they're trying to find something else. And employers are having hard time to secure labor, right? So that's why it's going to be easy in that category to fill up those spots, okay? So, well, you can be the employer, or somebody else that you know can be the employer, and you file a labor certification with the Department of State. Really, once it gets approved in the labor certification, really what you're trying to prove is that there are not enough workers in the USA. That's why you have to get workers from outside of the country. And you've tried to hire people here, and you can't just maintain really like a steady workflow, because people are quitting their jobs. So that's number one, you have to prove, and you have to prove the ability to pay prevailing wages, the type of wage or wages that you will normally pay someone who's already here with work authorization, or somebody who's already here with a green card, okay? And not to mention, or somebody who's here like a US citizen. So because you're trying to get foreign to travel to come work in those type of jobs, you have to prove why you cannot hire somebody here, which is really easy based on the data after COVID, okay? Once that labor certification get approved, well, then you file the form I-140 with USCIS combined with that labor certification. And once that I-140 get approved, then, my friend, it gets sent to NVC, because the person is abroad, and then the person goes there for immigrant visa interview. The process, my friend, it can take only 2 years. If you're lucky, 1.5 years, especially with premium processing with I-140, within 15 days you get approved, right? So, and then, so really it's much quicker than siblings petition. That's the number one alternative, in my personal opinion, the best one, because the person is gonna immigrate here already with an immigrant visa, ready, just waiting for availability and file their green card. That's it. So number 2, your friend can come to visit. But remember, for those people who come to visit, 6 months period of time, they have to go back. 6 months period of time, they have to go back. And that's just like a lot. It's a lot of burden, right? But if you get like a 5 years multiple entry and you have a way to come back and go, that's a way, especially if you get the visitor visa for business, that will allow you to actually do some type of business, if that's the case, right? Because if you don't get the visitor visa for business, then really you cannot work, right? So those are the 2 alternatives. But I might add one more thing. F1 student, if the person comes as a student, they can stay, sibling, they can study, work, but you know, with student, it's so restricted as to what they can actually do, how they can maintain employment, stuff like that. A lot of burden, okay? Easiest, quickest will be EB3, and that's pretty solid. If you need a consultation with me, you can schedule it on your own time by using the consultation link in the description box below. And please also register for our webinar. We will be talking about motions to reopen on April 7, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You have to register in order to be part of it. I'll talk about it, then I'll take questions. If you have other questions, you can be there too, but you have to register. It's free. Link in the description box below. Until next time, bye-bye.